So the list of nominees for the 2023 Game of the Year Awards has been revealed, and it features 6 of the most popular and best-selling video games of the year. Has your favorite game made it to the list? Let's find out! Firstly, we have Alan Wake 2. This game is the most recent of the Game Awards 2023 GOTY contenders, having been released just a few weeks ago on October 27. It hasn't taken long for the title to get attention, with many saying it as one of the year's most unique and innovative games. The game follows the protagonist Alan Wake and series newcomer Saga Anderson as they try to investigate the secrets of a mysterious cult and a dark presence, a horrific force influenced by fiction. Like its predecessors, Alan Wake 2 takes clear inspirations from the works of David Lynch and Stephen King, but it also managed in forging its own identity, making it one of 2023's most perplexing, intriguing, and inventive release. Next, we have Baldur's Gate 3. Despite the fact that Baldur's Gate 3 has yet to be published on all platforms, it has a remarkably huge fanbase and is one of the best-received titles of 2023. Baldur's Gate 3 is a role-playing game, so freedom of choice is central to Baldur's Gate 3, with seemingly insignificant actions having long-lasting and often surprising consequences. Despite the fact that combat is included in the game, it's not the main focus, with a far higher emphasis placed on plot, class building, exploration, and interaction with NPCs. While this contradicts many fast-paced contemporary gaming ideals, Baldur's Gate 3 has still acquired widespread appeal, with many resonating with this powerful and uncompromising artistic vision. Now we have The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Despite having enormous shoes to fill, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom managed to impress both Breath of the Wild fans and Switch-era Zelda enthusiasts. Tears of the Kingdom keeps what works from Breath of the Wild while adding a variety of new material and gameplay, helping it to become one of Nintendo's most represented games at TGA 2023. Tears of the Kingdom may appear similar to Breath of the Wild at first sight, and to some extent, this is correct. The game contains the same overworld, cel-shaded graphical style, and emphasis on exploration as Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom, on the other hand, adds 2 massive new places, one in the sky and one deep beneath, as well as a number of new puzzles, quests, and of course, an entirely new story. The Fuse and Ultron skills, which allows players to create unique weapons and complex contraptions, are perhaps the most important upgrades. The seemingly endless potential of these skills, notably Ultra Hand, has resulted in a plethora of Tears of the Kingdom fan material in which players show off and discuss their one-of-a-kind inventions. These unique ideas, together with the solid foundations created in Breath of the Wild, have contributed to Tears of the Kingdom being a victorious release for Nintendo, surpassing many people's high expectations. Moving on, we have Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is comparable to Tears of the Kingdom in that it's a straight sequel to a highly successful game, expanding on what works well rather than reinventing the wheel. Spider-Man 2 succeeds as a sequel for many players, continuing the rewarding traversal and combat elements of the first Marvel Spider-Man, while adding additional content that enriched the experience. Spider-Man 2 featured characters such as Venom, laying the groundwork for future storylines in the Insomniac world. Spider-Man 2 is an impressive technical accomplishment. Frame drop and pop-in are virtually non-existent. Ray tracing is enabled in all graphical presets, and Insomniac's digital recreation of New York City is more detailed than ever. This results in Spider-Man 2 being a magnificent game that highlights the potential of the PlayStation 5 in ways that previous games from the last 3 years haven't been able to. Although Spider-Man 2 isn't perfect with missed opportunities, limited content, and more issues than Sony fans have come to expect, it remains one of the year's greatest release, likely encouraging a lot of players to acquire a PS5. As so, it's more than deserving of its nomination for GOTY. Then we have Resident Evil 4 Remake on our list. Now I know this might be surprising to some, because while Resident Evil 4 Remake has received several positive reviews and has been a huge success for Capcom, it's still a remake rather than a wholly unique game. Furthermore, while Capcom is certain to address problematic parts of some of the franchise's most popular titles in the future remakes, RE4 has long been regarded as one of the greatest in the series. This implies that the remake of RE4 had a lot riding on it leading up to its debut, and it ran the danger of being overshadowed by its predecessors. Having said that, Resident Evil 4 Remake landed on its feet when it was released in March. Like the two previous Resident Evil remakes, it's significantly more than a simple graphic update or transfer. Instead, it's a complete remake of the old game, with amazing next-generation visuals, contemporary controls, and more fleshed-out characters than in the original RE4. Although the game looks and feels like a post-2020 game, it managed to keep the original's charm, individuality, and the gameplay foundations, making it both an accurate remake and a well-crafted standalone game. RE4 Remake, with its revamped looks and gameplay, is a strong nominee for 2023 Game of the Year, even if some still prefer the original. Lastly, we have Super Mario Bros. Wonder. This game is the second Nintendo game nominated for the 2023 GOTY award, and is yet another feather in the iconic game company's hat. Expectations for Wonder were high because it was a Super Mario game, although perhaps not as high as they would be for a 3D Mario game. Despite the fact that 2D Mario games have never had the same mainstream popularity as their 3D counterparts, Super Mario Bros. Wonder has become the series' fastest-selling title, with many gamers saying it as one of the finest Mario games in years. It's clear that Nintendo wanted Wonder to be just as stunning and fun as the franchise's previous 3D entries. The game is as beautiful and appealing as any other in the Super Mario series, with bright colors and emotive character designs. The characteristic Wonder Flora feature has also helped to differentiate Super Mario Bros. Wonder from the rest of the series, as it works in collaboration with other power-ups and gameplay modifications to provide a genuinely unique Mario experience. Although some may be disappointed by Super Mario Wonder's lack of power-ups in comparison to other competitors, the game is certainly ambitious and inventive, which contribute to its nomination for GOTY. So that's all for the GOTY nominees list. Which games are you rooting for? Comment down below. So that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please press like and subscribe to our channel for more gaming content. See you in the next video. Bye!